Trump praises Cleveland Browns QB Shedeur Sanders. Great genes. President Trump on Monday praised quarterback Shedeur Sanders of the NFL's Cleveland Browns. Shedeur Sanders was great. Wins first game, career start as a pro for Cleveland. Great genes. I told you so. Trump said in a post on his Truth Social platform early Monday. Trump's post came after the Browns won Sunday versus the Las Vegas Raiders 24-10. Trump attended an NFL game between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions earlier this month. The president's visit to the game came after a report that he was pressing to have the Commanders' new stadium named after him. In July, Trump said he would support changing the Commanders' name back to a previous name that some found offensive toward Native Americans. However, he suggested that should the Commanders rack up more wins, he would support the current name. You want me to make a controversial statement? I would, Trump told a reporter at the time. I wouldn't have changed the name, he continued. It just doesn't have the same ring to me. But, winning can make everything sound good. So, if they win, all of a sudden the Commanders sounds good. The president on Monday also offered commentary on the New York Giants game against the Lions on Sunday. Why did the New York Football Giants, NFL, not kick that field goal? Who would have done such a thing? It was crazy. I got to watch the end of the game and thought, when they went for the touchdown instead of the 3, that's weird. Trump said in another Truth Social post. Trump praises Cleveland Browns QB Shedeur Sanders. Great genes, a shockwave through the NFL. It started with a clip, 30 seconds, maybe less, filmed on a phone at a charity dinner in Palm Beach. Donald Trump, fresh off a speech about the economy, leaned into a crowd of reporters and, out of nowhere, started talking about a quarterback. Not just any quarterback. Cleveland Browns rookie Shedeur Sanders. Great player. Great kid. Great genes. 3 sentences, 1 name, and the internet detonated. Within minutes, the clip had flooded Twitter, sports radio, and every NFL talk show in America. Not because Trump talking about football was new, it wasn't, but because Shedeur Sanders was now the center of the most unexpected endorsement of the week. And for a quarterback who had just stepped into the NFL spotlight, it added a brand new layer to the story unfolding in Cleveland. Cleveland's new star and a presidential shoutout. Shedeur Sanders already lived in the headlines. He was the son of deion coach Prime Sanders, the most electrifying figure in modern college football. He arrived in Cleveland carrying expectations bigger than the stadium he walked into. He was polarizing, captivating, and undeniably talented. But a presidential shoutout? That was new territory. Trump's comment wasn't scripted or polished. It was off the cuff and casually dropped, the way someone might talk about their favorite restaurant. But the phrase that stuck, great genes, sent the sports world spinning. Was it praise? Was it a compliment to Prime? Was it Trump trying to insert himself into NFL storylines again? Whatever it meant, it was fuel. For the fans. For the critics. For the media machine that never sleeps. And for Shedeur, well, it was just another layer he had to navigate in a rookie season that had already been anything but normal. Coach Prime reacts, or doesn't. Deion Sanders had been unusually quiet that week. Between analyzing film, checking on his son, and continuing to shadow the Browns' QB room from afar, he had enough to deal with. But when reporters finally caught him outside a Denver airport, someone shouted the question. Coach Prime, any thoughts on Trump praising Shedeur? Prime stopped, flashed his signature half-smile, and said just 3 words. He noticed him. That was it. No politics. No commentary. Just a simple acknowledgement that his son had entered a stage where even former presidents were paying attention. And in a way, it was the perfect Prime answer, cool, controlled, and rooted in the fact that Shedeur was now part of a much bigger story than just football. Shedeur doesn't blink. In the Browns' locker room, Shedeur handled the situation exactly as he always had, calmly. Reporters cornered him after practice, eager to throw the quote in his face. He sat at his locker, hoodie up, cleats off, scrolling through plays on his iPad. Did you hear what Trump said about you? Shedeur didn't look up immediately. When he finally did, he smirked. People say a lot about me. Good, bad, whatever. I just play ball. It wasn't disrespect. It wasn't defense. It was a statement of identity. Shedeur Sanders wasn't going to get pulled into political side plots. Not with the season he was trying to build. Not with the pressure he already carried. But even if he didn't say it out loud, everyone could feel the energy shifting around him. The internet split in two. If the NFL world runs on drama, Twitter, or X, depending on who you ask, runs on wildfire. Within an hour of Trump's comments, hashtags were trending. Hashtag Great Genes, hashtag Shedeur 2025, hashtag Prime Politics. Some fans laughed it off. Others made memes. Some turned it into a debate. But the loudest reactions came from the people who had been doubting Shedeur since draft day. Great genes don't win NFL games. I'd rather see great reads than great genes. This kid is going to be the most talked about 7-star in NFL history. But with every criticism came someone defending him. Someone pointing out his poise, his arm talent, his leadership, his swagger. The same divides that had followed him from Colorado to Cleveland were now amplified on the biggest social stage possible. Cleveland's locker room responds. Inside the Browns facility, the feeling was very different. Teammates didn't care about who praised him. They cared about whether he could perform. And if you asked around, quietly, off record, most of them would tell you the same thing. Shedeur was impressive. The footwork, the timing, the confidence, the ability to learn quickly after a mistake. Talk outside doesn't change the work inside, one veteran lineman said. He shows up. That's all that matters to us. Even head coach Kevin Stefanski, normally stoic, cracked a smile when asked about the viral clip. I'm focused on his decision-making, not his genetics. A clean dodge, but everyone caught the humor. Trump's comment lights a new fire. What Trump intended, nobody really knows. Maybe it was just admiration. Maybe it was an attempt to tap into a storyline that already had America fascinated. Maybe he simply liked Prime's family. But the effect was undeniable. It put Shedeur in front of millions of people who hadn't been watching him. It attached his name to a national conversation. And it added even more pressure to a rookie quarterback trying to establish who he was. Yet something about Shedeur Sanders, the poise, the attitude, the steady heartbeat, made the chaos feel almost natural around him. Great genes? Maybe. Or maybe it was something else. Great composure. The road ahead. Cleveland didn't draft Shedeur to be a political figure. They drafted him to throw touchdowns, win games, and elevate the franchise. But this moment, unexpected, noisy, and headline-grabbing, added to the mythology of his rookie year. The scrutiny grew. So did the spotlight. And strangely, so did the intrigue. Because now the question wasn't just, can Shedeur win in the NFL? It had become,